Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome in. I think I'm live. How's it going, everyone? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me okay. Trying to see if I'm live on Facebook for the first time. I don't know if I did it right. Let's see. I don't know if I went live on Facebook or not, but welcome in, guys. Those of you who are following on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, let me know if we're live. I'm trying to check it out here, but let me know if you can hear me. But welcome in, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It is our Chit Chat Tuesday that rescheduled from last Tuesday. Welcome in, welcome in. Can you guys hear me okay? Can someone let me know in the chat if you can hear me? I want to make sure my mic is working. Also, I know that there are a lot of live. I felt so bad going live. I had all these alerts coming in saying Allen Family Adventures was live, Tripping with Dre Michelle's live, the Traveling Heartbeats, they're live. So a lot of live streams happening right now because of groupcation. And had I known, I probably would have rescheduled this again, but I didn't want to cancel last minute. So feel free to, this will be posted. So if you want to join in on those live streams, I know Groupcation, they're preparing to get on Virgin Voyages, I think tomorrow. So they're doing right now their Groupcation group meetup. So a lot of content creators going live there. So feel free, if you can't hang with us tonight, I totally understand. There's a lot of great content out right now. So can you guys hear me okay? Oh, there we go. I'm just not scrolling. Thanks for letting me know you guys can hear me. Again, happy Tuesday. Welcome to our channel. I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures. I'm rolling solo tonight. A lot of what I'm going to talk about is pertaining to my recent cruise in Europe. And since Ron wasn't part of that, he really didn't have a whole lot to contribute to this live stream. So he's watching from the living room. So it's just me tonight, but thanks for being here. Let me see who we have here tonight. See It With C was the first one in. Thanks for being here at See It With C. I'm super excited to catch your adventures. If you guys did not catch her live stream, I think it was from me yesterday. I'm not going to spoil it, but go in and check out See It With C's live stream. Her Monday meetup, I think it's what it's called. Check that out. She made a cruise announcement, and this is going to be an interesting one. So I'm looking forward to her content on this cruise. Amelia, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all of your support. Inksville Travels, Adrian, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Carmen, hi, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Hi, Sid Cruiser, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Jo Marie wants to come in and say hi. Come say hi quickly, Jo Marie. Phil and D Travel Spree, thanks for being here, guys. Jo Marie, say hi real quick. Oh, she want to show the dog. That's David Ruffin, guys. So if you haven't seen David Ruffin, that's my mini Bernie Doodle. David Ruffin, named after Temptations. But all right, say bye. Bye. All right, go ahead and close the door for me. Let's see, who else do we have here? Vicki Weston, thanks for being here. Welcome in, welcome in. High Seas Travel Experience, thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me know that my sound is good. Thank you guys for letting me know you can hear me just clear. Am I live on Facebook? I don't think I set it up right. Oh, well, I'll try it again another day. I'm trying to really expand, and because you guys know we're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I only go live on YouTube. And I'm like, well, why not go live on these other platforms? Because we have, I think on Facebook right now, we have 7,500 followers there. So I'm trying to get our content out to more people, but I got to figure out all this technology. I don't know. So if you see me kind of bouncing, I have two screens going, and I'm live here. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm kind of bouncing between screens, but it doesn't look like I'm live on Facebook. But that's good. But if you aren't following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, be sure to check us out there as well. Michelle Wadler, thanks for being here. And Michelle PJ, thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. This and That with Pat. It says, hi, my first time for the live. Well, welcome in. This and That with Pat. I love that name. Pretty cool. But thanks for being here. Priceless, good evening. How are you doing? Charlene, hello everyone. Excited to hear your review. Yes, I'm excited to share my experience on MSC Grandiosa. Those vlogs will start rolling out in about 2 weeks, maybe sooner. We'll see. Sid Cruz, we're speaking to Joe. Hi, Aunt Plum. Tonya Holt, that's my aunt. Tonya Holt, that is my aunt. You guys saw her currently in the Carnival Sunrise series. She's part of that cruise. Thanks for letting me know you can hear me, Amelia. Carmen saying hi. Rachel, thanks for being here. I hope you guys are doing well. So yeah, so first off, guys, I want to say thank you for understanding needing to cancel last week. It was kind of last minute. It was like all of a sudden I just had terrible cold just hit me probably around noon that day. And I was like, I probably can, work on it. But I was just I was just too snotty, sneezy. I was like, it just wasn't going to look good. So thank you for understanding. I did cancel it kind of last minute, but thanks for understanding. And I wanted to make sure that I did get it rescheduled. But again, there are a lot of other live streams happening right now. So definitely, and if you don't leave our live stream to go check these channels out, go check them out. I know there's quite a few. If you guys don't know, Groupcation is Edna's World. If you guys do not follow Edna's World, she has some amazing content there. Follow her. You have Alan Family Adventures, Life of V, Traveling Heartbeats, Trip with Dre Michelle, a whole bunch of content creators, probably too many that I know I'm forgetting some. So if you guys know others that are part of this Groupcation trip, drop their channels there. But yeah, so they're live right now with me. So I hate that I'm missing that live content, but I wanted to make sure that I had, I took some time out to talk to you guys. It's been a minute. Last time I went live, we were in Sicily, Italy. It was kind of an impromptu live stream. So I definitely want to get back into routine of our chit chat Tuesdays. And again, if you aren't subscribed to our channel, we're currently a little under 300 subscribers short of 10K. So I anticipate probably in the next 2 weeks, we're going to hit 10K. That is our goal. So if you guys could do me a favor and share our channel out, get people to subscribe. Remember, once we hit 10K subscribers, we are giving away a free cruise on our group cruise on board MSC Seashore for July 4th through the 7th of next year. It will be our group cruise. We currently have about 65 people as part of our group cruise. It's not too late to join us. So if you would like to get booked, you can reach out to me. My email is right there. We are closing this group in the next 7 days. So if you want to join us on that group cruise, reach out to me. I have some space available if you want to get booked. It'll give you a chance to really, if you have not cruised with MSC, to kind of test them out to see if it's something for you. It's kind of cool to get on a new brand if you're new to MSC with someone that has cruised MSC. This is, I've been on MSC 4 times already. So if you want to try something different, join us for our group cruise next 4th of July. We would love to have you. All right, let's see. Go back to the chat. Make sure I'm hitting on everything. But yeah, so once we get 10K, we're going live and we're going to give away a cruise. And this is for an ocean view cabin. And it's for 2 guests. It covers everything except gratuities, flights, accommodations, things like that. So, and it does include drinks and Wi-Fi. So, and if you are already booked and you happen to win, then we will be comping your cabin. So keep that in mind. So let's see. Amelia, thank you so much. Yes, guys, if you could hit that like button for us, we would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see. How did you like the pizza in Italy? Were you able to try any? Yeah, actually, we did try pizza in, where were we? We were in Sorrento. We did have pizza. Actually, my sister-in-law ordered pizza. And it was really good. It was really good. You guys know MSC, they have really good pizza as well. But I have to be honest, I did try lasagna. And I don't know whether we just went to the wrong spot because it was more of a touristy area, which I try to, when I travel, not to go to the touristy areas. But with this being my first cruise abroad, I wanted to kind of stick with the ship tours and things like that. But the lasagna wasn't that good. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, the pizza that I had there in Sorrento was really good. Latoya Williams, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hi, Miss Bree Grizzle. Thanks for being here. Y'all share the channel so I can win this cruise. Yep, you guys share the channel because Adrian wants to cruise with us on our group cruise. So just a couple other things, guys. If you don't know, I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of comments and emails and DMs about being a travel agent. If you don't know, I am a travel agent. If you are looking to cruise or have questions about cruising, definitely feel free to reach out to me. If you watch our last live stream or maybe 2 live streams before, I did share that I kind of did a career change, kind of spur of the moment. So I am now in this full time, being a travel agent, content creator. It feels a little awkward because our school year starts up next week and I should have gone back to work on the 1st. So this is the first year in 19 years that I did not start up a school year. So I'm kind of like, I actually, the first of the month, I actually started like crying a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, Like, I'm not in a school system. I'm not, getting helping my teachers get ready for back to school and students and families. And so it's a bit awkward for me, but I'm looking forward to, see what this year goes. Now, again, I don't know if this pause is going to be permanent or temporary or whatever. But right now, as of now, I am solely working travel agency and content creation. So super excited for that. So if you are looking for a travel advisor, I focus solely on cruising, and I get asked often, why should you book with a travel advisor? A few different reasons. First off, a lot of people have this misconception that you book with a travel advisor to get a deal. Now, yes, we will find you the best deals, but the biggest part about working with a travel advisor is the value that we bring. So having gone on 37 cruises in the last 4 years, I don't want to give myself a title, but I'm kind of somewhat an expert on cruising. So just providing you with that guidance, especially if you're a new cruiser, helping you with, like, if there are price drops, helping with excursion recommendations, just all kinds of things that we can help with. I am certified in all major cruise lines. I also work with Autism on the Seas if you have some special needs. So if you're looking for someone, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. And again, you help a small business out. There is no additional cost to you by using a travel advisor. The cruise lines pay the commission. There's no upcharge in your cruise cost because you use a travel advisor. I am your go-to person instead of you having to contact the cruise line. And again, you help out a small business. So I just want to throw that out there. If you don't know, Major Adventures Travel Agency, reach out to me if you're looking to book a cruise. All right. So when I first shared this live stream, I did talk about us making a group cruise announcement. And I want to apologize in advance. I kind of changed my mind on that. So we've had some, Charlene, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Says, thank you for the awesome content and being my TA. Well, I appreciate all of your support, and thank you for being an awesome client. Thank you so much. So I did share that I was going to give a group cruise announcement. I am, but not today. And the reason for that is, if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, I shared that we were just in Chicago this past week. I have a brother that lives in Chicago, and he is actually relocating for the next 2 to 3 years to Rwanda. And we want to go to Africa. So the group cruise that I had scheduled that I was going to announce, I think I want to pause that for now because we're trying to get our calendars together for 2024 to make that trip happen. So we're looking at going to Rwanda next December for about 3 weeks. And the group cruise that I was going to announce, which I might still announce once I'm trying to figure out the best time for flights and things like that, because it's expensive. So we got to get our coins together. But so I want to look at our calendar before I announce that cruise, because I'd hate to announce it and then change our mind. So don't want to do that. So I do apologize if you came here for that group announcement. I'm going to hold off for at least a week. I will announce it when we're ready. And if it's not that cruise for next December, it will be a different cruise. So bear with us, but we want to get to Rwanda to see my brother. And we figured the best time to do that would be the summertime or when the kids have winter break. And so we want to do it sooner than later, but when the time is right as far as pricing and all of that. So that just kind of happened all of a sudden after I said I was going to announce a group cruise. So thanks for being patient with that. Also, some other news. Carnival Jubilee. If you guys have been following, we did share that we were going to be on Carnival Jubilee for the inaugural sailing for Christmas this year. It was originally scheduled for Thanksgiving, got canceled because it's not ready. And we changed our cruise to Christmas. Well, we canceled it. Just canceled it yesterday. And I mentioned during, I think, our last Tuesday chit chat when Ron was with me, that we were kind of hesitant because of the cost of flights. Like right now, flight costs are ridiculous. And I'm always trying to be, resourceful and creative, trying to find different ways to get somewhere. But getting from Ohio to Texas, we were looking at least $500 round trip per person. For our family, that's $2,500. That's a lot of money for flights. It's almost the cost of our cruise. Well, less than the cost of the cruise, but it just adds on a substantial amount. And when we started really weighing our options with this, it was just like, well, we were on the inaugural first celebration. This is the exact same ship. We've been on Mardi Gras. So it's not like it's a new class of ship or anything new. It's just a brand new ship. So we did decide to cancel it. I don't know if we are going to reschedule, and do something else for Christmas. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But just want to let you know we will not be on the inaugural sailing of Jubilee, and that's honestly due to the flight cost. I don't want to add on that additional expense. I'd rather take that $2,500 book another cruise. So that's probably what we're going to do. So I just wanted to share that with you. Let me go back to the comments here. Amelia says, your food reviews are awesome, especially on the Mardi Gras. I cannot wait to have the shrimp and grits. Oh yeah, the shrimp and grits on Mardi Gras at Emerald's and on Carnival Celebration. Really, really good. Now, do not get shrimp and grits on Carnival on any of the other ships where they have it like during Sea Day brunch. It's not good. I've tried them on 3 other Carnival ships during Sea Day brunch. It's an upcharge about $7, I think. Just not good. It's not worth the money. Rachel says, how did you handle the back-to-back port itinerary? Yes, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that right now, actually, because it was a lot of back-to-back. Amelia, congratulations. You're awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the congratulations. Adrian says, we're doing an African cruise. I got to figure that out because, like I said, we're going to be there because of now $2,500 to go to Texas is different than us spending money to go to Africa. Like I will spend money on flights to get overseas. It'll be our very first time. Well, not my first time in Africa because I was just in La Goulette, Tunisia, which is the northern part of Africa. But to go to Rwanda, that's going to be a totally different experience. And so, we got to kind of save up for that. But let's see. So yeah, definitely planning on Africa. I'll have to look to see if there's cruises out of that area because that would be kind of cool to add that on. Phil and Dee's travel spree. They say, oh, nice. Amelia says, can't wait to see African content. Go for it. Yeah, we're going for it. We're just trying to figure out the best time. It's looking like December of next year. Hey, your favorite couple, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Says Africa sounds good. Yeah, we're excited for that. So my mind is already starting to, to turn and figure out some plans for that trip. It'll be amazing. Like I said, my brother, he'll be there. He's there for work. So this is a great opportunity for him. And I'm like, well, he's going to be there. The cost of living there is really good. Some of the things that he shared with me as far as like him getting like a 4-bedroom house and the cost of that. And it's amazing. So I'm like, we'll have space for us when we come visit. So we'll be there. Rwanda will be an awesome experience. 3 weeks. Will you get any other countries in? You'll probably have better weather there in December. Yeah, we haven't created our plan yet, but we will. And whenever I do get it together, I'll share that with you guys. But I will be vlogging that because that'll be like a once in a lifetime experience for us. Agreed. Don't dip below Excel class for ships and grits. I got them on the Valor and even out of New Orleans, they were meh. Yeah, I agree. Hi, Parker's on the go. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Now, I did pose a question on your, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't share this because I think it was a members only post, but I posed a question on your members only post. So check that out because I'm curious to see about what you guys have planned. It sounds really awesome. Leanne Travel, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Everyone's speaking to Parker's on the go. And MSC goes to Africa, I believe. I'll have to check that out, Amelia. I believe you're right. I just need to see which part of Africa. Now, MSC did go to Tunisia, which again is the northern part of Africa. Rwanda is much further, so I don't know. I'd have to really do some research on that. All right, but let's kind of get back to it, guys. So the purpose of this live stream is just to kind of recap my MSC Grandiosa cruise out of Barcelona that went to Europe. So it was an awesome trip. If you guys did not follow along on social media, again, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I am currently releasing tips for like new cruisers on TikTok and Instagram. Check those out. They're starting to get a little bit of traction on TikTok. Just want to be able to share all of my knowledge about cruising with others. So check that out. Make sure you follow us there. But yeah, so I just want to kind of talk about the MSC Grandiosa cruise. I had a lot of questions, a lot of comments while I was away about it. I know that for a lot of people, a cruise to Europe is like a bucket list cruise, and it really was. It was for my 40th birthday. And I overall had a really good time, and I got back immediately and I started trying to plan another one. So I'm working on getting another Mediterranean cruise on the books. But one thing that I wanted to kind of start with was TAP Portugal. If you watched our live stream before we left, I talked about our flights going over to Barcelona, and I said we were with TAP Portugal, which is one of the cheapest airlines to get overseas. And you guys know we typically fly budget airlines, Allegiant, Spirit, Frontier, Velo, all of those cheaper airlines. So going over, I shared that my cost of my cruise was like $560, $580. And I knew that the cost of the flight was going to be a lot more expensive than the cruise itself. Wound up paying a little over $1,000 for my flight on TAP Portugal, which was cheaper than almost half the cost of some of the other airlines. But I was very nervous about flying TAP Portugal because, guys, if you look up TAP Portugal right now, they have like 1.5 stars out of 5. Terrible reviews. And I got really nervous right before we left because I wasn't sure if we were even going to make it over there. Long story short, you guys know that we made it over there, and we made it over there with no problem. So I say this because I know a lot of times you read reviews. I mean, I'm a vlogger, so I share reviews, but always take reviews with a grain of salt, because a lot of times people share negative experiences because that's what something happened that they didn't like. You don't hear a lot of positives. People don't tend to leave positive reviews of things. Generally, it's somebody that had an issue and they were on there to complain. But overall, like I said, the cost of the flight was perfect. The seats weren't bad. We did have a red-eye flight. So as far as like having jet lag, it wasn't too bad for us. We did upgrade, so we didn't have the standard seats. We had the seats that kind of reclined back a little bit further. We were not first class. They did have a bidding system where you could upgrade to first class. But the cost of it, like I think the one way there, because it took us to Lisbon, Portugal, it was like $900 to upgrade, and I paid $1,000 round trip, so I wasn't upgrading for that price. They offered meals on board. Food was okay, but we didn't catch our flight till like 11:45 at night, and they served dinner at like 2 a.m. So did not like that about TAP Portugal. And honestly, I didn't even eat because I have this thing where like if I smell food in like a closed-in area, like different smells, just makes me nauseous. So like as they were heating up, whatever they were heating up, I was getting nauseous because those smells just, I don't do that well. But yeah, there were no issues with it. Now, the issue that we had with TAP Portugal, ironically, was in Portugal heading back. And we didn't experience this. So some of the reviews are about, they charge for bags. So, and they have very strict weight limits for their bags. So like your carry-on bag, your personal item has to be less than 4.4 pounds. Your carry-on luggage, they weigh it. It has to be less than 22 pounds. And if you have a checked bag, it's 50 pounds. And you need to add your checked bag on when you book your flight. They have like 4 different tiers. Always book it with a checked bag, because otherwise you're paying $180 to $200 to add on a bag later. But long story short is we had no issues at all with TAP Portugal. But on our way back in, flying from Lisbon to Boston, we were kind of in an area because my sister had a wheelchair assist for the flight, and we were sitting there. They literally cleared the area out. So there were already people waiting at the gate. They told us that we could stay there because she was in a wheelchair. And so we sat there, and they put this barricade up, and there were police there. So we were like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Do we need to like remove ourselves? Like I was thinking maybe the next flight in, there was someone that they were going to take in, or, so we're sitting there, we're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So I'm getting nervous. Like, okay, and I did get a few shots of it. I'm like, what is happening? Well, a few minutes later, they wheeled out a scale. So everyone that was sitting in the waiting area or the gate area, they pushed out and they made them line up. Thankfully, because I know our bags were overweight, our personal items and carry-on bags were overweight. They made everyone get out and line up. And as you came in, at random, they would send some to have bags like inspected, and they would open them up and look inside. And then others they were sending to the scale. There were at least 6 or 7 people that were over the weight. And like one lady almost didn't even board because she was having to spend a few $100s to add on bags. So that was the only issue, but it wasn't an issue for us because we, somewhat followed the rules that they had. So I'd say if you fly the budget airlines over, make sure you follow the bags, because I think this lady wound up paying like $400 at the gate because her bags were overweight. But just wanted to share that. But TAP Portugal, had a positive experience. I do have some clips that I will share in the vlogs on the flight. Flight was clean, no issues. So I will definitely fly TAP Portugal again. I just know that flying, because you will have a stopover in Lisbon before you get to Barcelona. Just know that when you fly home out of Lisbon, make sure you have your bags right, because they were checking. Let me go back to the chat. Let's see. Parker's on the go. I saw it. I was grocery shopping. Yes, it's okay to talk about it. I was going to make a post tomorrow anyway. Okay, so Parker's on the go, and I won't share too much. They're doing a content creator roundtable, and I was just curious to know what that was about, because I think I might have missed a live stream or something with that. So if you have the link to your live stream, you can feel free. I don't know if you can drop it in there. Let me see if I can make you a moderator so you can drop that in there. If you want to drop that in there, that would be great if you have a live stream or anything for that. Let's see, who else? 1.5 stars. Yeah, they have really bad reviews. Exactly, 100. I always say make your own opinions. Absolutely. And I tell people that about even my own vlogs, because I mean, I share things and I share it the way it is for me. It's not going to be that way for everyone. And I respect that. When people come back and say, well, my experience was different, that's your experience. And so even take my reviews with a grain of salt, because your experience could be different. Glad y'all made it. Definitely take reviews with a grain of salt. Yes, your favorite couple. Glad you all made it back home safely. Yeah, we did, without any issues. After flying Play Airlines, I think I may be done with European budget carriers for the flight over the Atlantic. It was better when we flew within Europe. Yeah, I did see your vlog on Play. So yeah, that was another option for us, but we wanted going with TAP Portugal. See, I thought you were going to say security to get back to the States. The scale would have made me panic. Yeah, we thought they were trying to capture someone, and no, they moved everyone out so that you could get in line to have your bags checked. Thankfully, we didn't have to check our bags because my sister was in a wheelchair, and they told us we didn't have to worry about getting in line. They didn't even come wear our bags, so we lucked up, because I know my bag was more than 4.4 pounds in a purse or a backpack. That's ridiculous. My iPad weighs more than that. So I think that's a bit ridiculous. So that would be my only complaint about TAP Portugal. Carnival needs their system. Yes. Did TAP have seat back entertainment? Was the food included? One carrier allowed you to rent iPads and another made me pay for snacks. Yeah, so TAP did have the seat back entertainment, and they had some really good things on there, and I didn't realize it until the flight home. So like, a show that I like is Queen Sugar, and I didn't catch the last season of it, and so I was able to binge watch that. They had some really good movies, some really good shows on their entertainment. I was working. They did have internet that you could pay and upcharge. I think it was like $25 for the full flight for premium, and it was pretty good. I was working for the most part coming back, but yeah, they had seat back entertainment, and it was really good. Food was included. You get for our flight, it was about 10 hours but it was overnight, so we slept a big chunk of that. So we did get one meal and then snack. Like for breakfast, they gave us like a sandwich and like a Belvita and juice. And then wine is free too. So they give you wine with your meal. I had a couple glasses of wine, but yeah. Oh, that live stream was 3 hours long. Maybe that's why I missed it, Parker's. And I go, I'll have to go back and watch that segment. We will have more details on Thursday's live for sure, but it is open to everyone, new, current, and potential content creators. Yes. So guys, be sure to check that out. Parker's on the go. That sounds very interesting. Content creators roundtable. Oh, nice. May consider them. Good to hear they have some amenities included. Yeah, they did, but just make sure you get a package that has bags included. So, but yeah, so the flight was perfect. That was good going over. So some things to know about a European cruise, a Mediterranean cruise, that it's different than if you cruise like in the Caribbean. First off, I don't know if I would recommend a European cruise to a new cruiser. If you've never cruised before, don't have a taste of what it's like, I would not recommend a European cruise or Mediterranean cruise, because I think it could kind of spoil you as far as maybe not wanting to cruise, because it is quite different. So some of the things, and I will do a recorded video of some of these things in a full review, but just you guys are live here with me. I want to share my experience. One of the things that I loved but didn't like were the amount of ports. So this is oops, sorry, that's Siri talking to me. This was a 7-day cruise. We had 6 ports. So we only had one sea day, and that sea day was the day after we got on. So then it was back-to-back ports. I love that because you spend all this money for a flight to go over. You want to really experience those ports. Like you want to see the area. But guys, it was tiring. It was so tiring. And I did not realize, like if you were to ask me if I preferred sea days over port days, I'm more than likely going to tell you I prefer port days because I like to get out and explore. But I was begging for a sea day on this cruise. It was a bit much. So one thing to expect, you're going to have pretty much any Mediterranean itinerary. You're going to have a lot of ports, which is good. I know sometimes the complaint, like for Caribbean, is you have a 7-day cruise and you only have 3 ports. So I wish we had like maybe 4 ports for 7-day cruise, but that's pretty rare. But yeah, expect to have back-to-back port days. Loved it, but like I said, it was just super tiring. Also, the port days are really long. So I would say if you're cruising Mediterranean, don't book a cruise based on the ship. And I say that because I know some people, like I've had clients that have booked, one of the largest ships out there, one of the newest, best ships. And honestly, you're not on the ship much. Like we were not really on the ship a whole lot because we really went out and explored. And the port days are long. Like we had some ports that were like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you're like out there all day if you choose to be. So just keep that in mind. Other things that were different, more so for MSC, all of the other cruise lines, some of their itineraries are like this, but MSC is notorious for this, and it's not a bad thing. Each port is a port of debarkation and embarkation. So what I mean by that is typically in the Caribbean, you're going to embark on your cruise in Miami. You're going to get off your cruise in Miami. For MSC, the way they do it, and I like this, is when we got on the ship in Barcelona, people were getting off in Barcelona. The next port day, which was La Goulette, Tunisia, people were getting off the ship and people were getting on the ship. So it's this constant flow of people getting on and off the ship. That was nice because like there was no wait at the terminal. Once you checked in, you just get on the ship because the ship is there. It's ready. Your cabin is ready because someone disembarked the day prior. So you go straight to your cabin. It was not an issue. Lost my train of thought. There was an issue with why that could be an issue, but it'll come back to me. So just keep that in mind. And that's not the case for all cruise lines, but MSC, that's kind of how they operate. It'll come back to me in a second. My brain just kind of flies out there. Something else that was different is it wasn't very diverse. So if you're looking, like if I was looking for people like me, there were like maybe 12 of us. And that's not a stretch. I posted, I think Melanie had seen, someone was like, no, that's not true. There were probably hundreds. There were not. And maybe that's the case for other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean over there. But for MSC, it was not. There was like 12 of us. We were, all over the ship when we were on the ship. They even had like a meetup for Americans. And so if you're going thinking it's going to be diverse and you're going to find people like you, it may not happen. So that was different. Not necessarily bad, but different. Also expect there to be translations of everything. So, this was what the bad was. So the bad with the ships, with people coming off and on in each port, is that every single day there was a muster drill. So every single day there were announcements reminding people to do their muster drill. And these announcements aren't just in English. These announcements are in 6 different languages, which I totally appreciate the fact that they were accommodating all of the different languages. So I had no problem with all the announcements, but that's a bit much. So every day, especially if you stay on the ship, you're going to hear those muster drills and you're going to hear them telling people to do their muster nonstop. And those announcements last like 10 minutes because they're translating it. So that was the bad about the ports kind of shuffling that way. Let me go to the comments real quick. Let's see. Together we travel. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Parker's on the go said, I feel like the cabin stewards would hate that. Yeah, I wonder if they hate it or if they would like it. Because I kind of wondered if they would like it because they wouldn't have like, for instance, like in my hallway, at any given night, there might be 10 suitcases out. So there might have been a couple of cabins that were leaving that day. So I feel like it might stagger their work some rather than if we're like in Miami, everyone's getting off the ship. Now we have all of these cabins to clean, as clean as they get them. I think it might, I don't know. I kind of wondered if it made it a little bit easier for them. I would love when people tell you about your experience and they weren't there. Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot, especially on TikTok, guys. I have to, yeah. If you guys follow us on TikTok, sometimes I have to disable comments because I try to remain positive with everything, but I have this side of me. If you keep like this lady was telling me the other day, I was lying about using a debit card versus a credit card, and she just kept going, and I want to always remain a family channel. so I just disable comments when that happens. Like, I'm done. I'm not going to keep going back and forth, which I know probably hurts my algorithm, but that's fine. See just muster for the new people. Yes. So just muster for the new people, but if you've been on the ship, you're going to hear it. So they're going to constantly talk about it. So yes, so muster every day. It sounds like a hectic workload for the crew. Mm-hmm. And I know you won't say that out loud. Right. I won't say that out loud, but I know what you're saying. So other things, the food on board. So one thing that I was looking forward to on this cruise was the food. I can tell you that I was not impressed with the food. Now, part of that I think is MSC. Now, in my previous vlogs, I sailed MSC Meraviglia, I was on MSC Seascape, and I was MSC Divina. And I had no issues with food. This sailing, the food was not good. The food wasn't seasoned. There weren't many American options at all. And I didn't go in there expecting that because most of the people on board were European. So I kind of went in thinking that they would have different options, but the options they had just weren't good to me. Something else that's different is they do a lot of, and guys, I love my croissants. I love danishes and pastries, but guys, by day 3, I was done because like breakfast is literally like a Panera bread. It is all danishes, all cakes, and their cakes are called brioche. Croissants, they had deli meat, deli cheese. That was really it. Bacon was rare. No, let me say this. Bacon was rare because it wasn't really on the buffet, but it was also rare. Like it was not cooked. They never really had, they did have sausage. Eggs, I don't know, different kind of egg. The eggs just weren't good, but there weren't a lot of other options. Like you're not going to find like a whole lot of like potatoes or grits or anything like that. It was a lot of breads, pastries, deli meat, cheese, which the cheese and the deli meats, they were really good. I just don't eat that for breakfast. So kind of going with the mindset that this is going to look different. You're going to try different foods and it's not going to be your typical, like they never had pancakes on the buffet. They like waffles, things like that was not there. So the food was very, very different. They also had for like lunch and dinner, they had a lot of pasta, which you kind of expect, but it was a lot. And that's all that it was. And a lot of their pasta doesn't like how, we do up our pasta sauce, at least I do, with the Italian sausage and the mushrooms and the onions and, garlic, all of that. It's not like that. It's like the focus is on the actual pasta. And it was just blah. So not very good. Also the sodas there. And I did not hear about this prior, but my sister-in-law kind of knew about it. And she was like, something about like the sodas over there, they remove some of the chemicals, some of the coloring, certain things that we have like in Pepsi. So they had Pepsi products on board. They tasted terrible. Like, they didn't taste like a Pepsi. They had like Pepsi, Fanta. What's the new Sprite called? I forgot what it's called. There's a new Sprite, new name for Sprite. But all of those things tasted terrible. So if you are a soda drinker, which I'm really not, but our package came with sodas and things, just know that it's not good. Also, and I don't know if this is the case for other cruise lines, with MSC, if you are American, you naturally get a water package with your cruise. So even if you don't have a drink package, you get, and if you've booked with me, I've had a few clients that have booked MSC with me, on your invoice, it'll say mineral water package. So you get unlimited water. And I think it's because of whatever may be in their water. They don't want you drinking and getting sick on board. So we had unlimited bottles of water, which was perfect. But that's something that is new. Like, I've never been on a cruise line where water was just included, even if you didn't have a drink package. So water was unlimited for Americans, which was very interesting to me. But other things that were, different, the entertainment was mostly in other languages. I kind of heard mixed reviews about that before I cruised. Some people were saying that they were a lot in English. We went to pretty much all of the shows, maybe one show we missed. They were all different languages except the last night, which was English. So expect that. I personally don't have a problem sitting on a show listening to another language, but I know some people wouldn't care to sit and watch a show. So just kind of expect that that could be the case if you cruise Mediterranean. Excursions. Now, this was something that I liked, and I felt like MSC did pretty well. The excursions were divided by language. So for us, it worked out because none of our excursions, remember, we booked all ship excursions because this was, like I said, a first time there. We didn't want to, take a chance by going out on our own, not really knowing the area. We did a little bit, but for the most part, we booked the ship excursions, but none of our excursions were packed. And that's because there weren't many English speakers on the ship. So that was nice. We really liked that. There was one excursion where, because there weren't many English speakers, they kind of combined us with those who spoke Italian, and they gave us earbuds so we could hear the tour through the earbuds. They were translating it for us. So I did appreciate that because I was kind of concerned with, okay, if I'm taking a tour through Palermo and they're talking on the bus, how are they going to translate all these languages? Well, they actually divide the tours up by language. And when you book your tour, it asks, what is your preferred language? So I felt that was very organized. I really did appreciate that about MSC. Some other things that you can expect. Guys, the guests just were not friendly. And I'll just flat out say it. You probably have heard it. It was very different. It is not typically you get on a Caribbean cruise, everyone is family. I mean, you get on board, doesn't matter what was going on in your life, people get on board and they have a good time, regardless of some of the fights and things you see online. And, that stuff is rare. Guys, I've been on 37 cruises and I have yet to see a fist fight. So, the media will put things out there like it's like this huge problem, but it's really not. People get into like little spats, but, Caribbean cruise is a different vibe. Everyone's family. Everyone's there to have a good time. On board, people don't speak to you. And I get it. Sometimes it's a language barrier, but, you have nonverbals. Like you can greet somebody with an eye, just give an eye contact, a little nod, good morning, bow a little bit. It's none of that. It was none of that. Like people were, and I'm speaking generally, I don't want to say that this was everyone, but just rude. Like it was. And I had to prep my sister Cheryl, guys. If you guys know my sister Cheryl, we're sisters. She's 20 years older than me. Long story. She's 20 years older than me, and we had two different temperaments. And I think I've tamed her down some. And I'd say by day 3 or 4, she was coming out of her shell. And she did good. I was so proud of her. But I was like, she's gonna yank somebody by the hair. Something's gonna go flying. But guys, it was pretty bad. And I mentioned on one live stream where I was literally sitting eating breakfast and a lady and her husband were sitting right beside me. And she finished eating her croissants or whatever she was eating. She took her dirty plate, put it on my table where there was like an empty spot, and she got her fruit and continued to eat. And I just like looked at her and her husband saw my look. And I honestly, guys, I don't know what would have happened had he not moved that plate. I don't have a temper, but the way I felt at that moment, that was so disrespectful. And she was so oblivious to it. And he saw the look on my face. Like, I know that my eye, like I shot some daggers. I'm thankful that he moved that plate, because if he had not moved that plate, I don't know. Because I had never experienced that before. But there was a lot of that, guys. People would, butt into you at the buffet. There was never a line. So don't expect to be lines anywhere. Like even going for excursions, like people would see a long line and they would just walk down the stairs and get in front. Or we were on a tour and they were like, hey, stay in your same seat when you come back. We left our things in our seat. Somebody moved our stuff so that they could sit down. So it's like no regard for other people. And it was a lot of it. The kids on board were the rowdiest kids I've ever seen on any cruise. We talk about how kids act on Carnival and things like that. These kids were terrible. Like there was no, like the parents weren't saying anything to them. There were a lot of 10-year-olds in strollers. It was very different. It was very, very different. But there were some really good people. There were some that were really kind. Um, they would get in as best as they could. They would say hi or good morning, or even just look at you and give a smile. But there were some that just act like you weren't there. We had some that would stare. And I always take a stare as, I don't take it as people are looking in like a intimidating or racist way. I think sometimes it's just that unknown, that not understanding. We actually had one lady ask my sister, I had my hair out, and my hair is naturally curly. And my sister, my oldest sister, her hair is straight, and my other two sisters had their hair done and it was curly. And she came up to her and asked her, "You guys are sisters. Why is your hair not curly?" And so I didn't take offense to that, because maybe she just truly was inquiring. But some people would be like, what are you trying to say? Like, so those types of things. So you really have to go with the mindset of seek to understand first, because I think it's just a different, like the way we react and respond to things might be different. We wait in line, we, use manners. I saw quite a few that were rude to like the servers and the room stewards, just the overall tone. So very different. I know how to kind of block some of that out, but I know some people that can't. So I say this, if you go, it's going to look a lot different. So just kind of keep that in mind. And you've probably heard about it in other vlogs and things, and I will talk more about it in the actual vlogs. Let's see. We had some other people come in. I'm going back. Hold on. I'm going back to the comments. Then it said F, and it was like, oh, got it. Adrian says, shake my head, I'm old. TikTok is a different beast. Oh my gosh. Yes, TikTok is a different beast. I'm trying to become more, I'm trying to post more on TikTok to help build more subscribers on YouTube and, with travel agency. But guys, my gosh, TikTok really is I feel like people do that. They make these rude comments to get more likes. So I think a lot of it's attention seeking. But I don't even have the time to play those games. So like I said, I will disable comments quickly. But I know that probably hurts my algorithm, but I just can't. I don't like negativity. And I don't have a problem with someone challenging or questioning what I might say. But when you are just flat out disrespectful, like I had someone comment, I made a post, actually my post that kind of went, I would say viral like on YouTube, which my shorts don't ever do much. I think this one hit like 42,000 views pretty quickly. It was when I was actually in Europe, and it was kind of saying that, when I thought I was going to see and do everything in Europe, and then I kind of crashed on the bed. Well, people were commenting like, and I'm sure your cholesterol likes it, and if you lose weight, this and that or whatever. I'm like, why? Like, why? Like, what is your point? So yeah, I can't do that kind of stuff. Like just to be flat out nasty and rude. Ugh, that really gets me upset. But TikTok is a different race. Yeah, Lord, not the soda. Yeah, the soda is different. And that was the case in most of the ports. I think there was one port where the Coke was the regular Coke. And I think I took a sip of that and I was like, oh my God, Coke. And it was so good because none of the sodas on board were good. And so I wound up getting another Coke to bring back on board. So yeah, so the sodas are different. Oh, Starry. Thank you, Courtney. Yes, Starry. That's what it's called. So they had Starry there. I had a Sprite and a Reuben. I did not like it at all. Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but my sister-in-law said it has something to do with the color, some of the chemicals they remove from it, which is probably better for us. Because I'll be honest, I am, you eat things for so long that when it's time to try something different, which is supposed to be healthier, I'll be honest, I kind of struggle with that. For instance, like when things started coming out all organic, some organic things I just can't do. I'm like, just give it to me the way I've been eating it my whole life. So that could be it for me. But my sister didn't like the sodas either. I love that new spread. They were courting. That's nice. We just want to say thank you for your videos. We really enjoy going along with you and your adventures. Thank you so much, Everyday Getaways. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Were the ports mostly inland? I need a beach in my life. Oh no, these were like pretty much all of them had some. Well, I take that back. Couple of them had beaches. Some of them did not. So kind of be prepared for that. So yeah, some of them were inland, but you can find a Mediterranean cruise that has, beaches there. Now, something else that I did mention, a lot of these ports are industrial ports. So you have to actually you have to catch like a shuttle into the city center or find a way to get from the actual ship. So I would say out of all of our ports, probably 3 of them, and I'll highlight this in the vlogs. Sorry, my dog's barking. I'll highlight these in the vlogs, but there were maybe 3 or 4 where you really couldn't do anything right there at the ship. You had to actually take a shuttle to get into the city center or an excursion to get there. So there's beaches there, but maybe not right at the port, like Grand Turk or, one of those ports. That person resting the plate on your table was rude. Yeah, absolutely. I would never think to do anything like that. Yeah. Brian E. Martin, thanks for being here. Hello from Chicago. Love your videos of you and your family. Thank you so much. We were just in Chicago. We got back yesterday, day before yesterday. So we were in Chicago. We love, my brother lived there. He's moving to Rwanda. So we're going to have to go visit him. We've been told people are very rude on MSC cruises. Now I have to say the US based MSC cruises, because I still think they attract more Europeans. They're not as friendly as like a typical, like a Carnival or Royal Caribbean, but they weren't as rude as they were overseas. We ran into, like on the other ships that I've been on, we ran into some people, they just don't speak. I didn't have an issue on like Meraviglia with people being rude. They're just not friendly. And so I would say definitely try MSC. It's different US based MSC versus US MSC is different than catching MSC abroad. It was different. But I can tell you this, even with all of my experiences, I would still book another MSC cruise out of Europe. In fact, I'm looking at one right now because the value is there. I told you guys I paid, it was like $560 or $580, which somebody on TikTok told me I lied about, which I'll have to share the receipts. For my solo interior cabin. If you guys didn't catch that, I did have a solo. We all had solo interior cabins because it was cheaper to do that than for us to share cabins. The value was there. Mine came with drinks and Wi-Fi. So for that reason, I would cruise MSC again, especially because it's such, port intensive that you're not spending a whole lot of time on the ship. So I would do it for that reason. But if it was a cruise where you're going to have 4 sea days and 3 port days, I might reconsider that. But I am actually looking to cruise MSC again out of Barcelona. So I say definitely give it a try. Just go in with, you have to go in with a mindset of this is what to, when you know what to expect, you kind of look at things a lot differently. When you go in and don't have a clue what to expect, then that's when you kind of come out and you're like shocked and you're upset. I kind of knew what to expect, so I'm fine with it. Let's see. Some parts of Europe have very subtle forms of racism, like coughing when you walk by. I found most places friendly, but Italy was one that I was like, we did experience a little bit of that. What spot was that? Might have been Palermo. But it was like one spot, and it's in the vlog. One spot was like, no, actually it wasn't Palermo because we actually had a family like that welcomed us, and I had Arancini for the first time, and they welcomed us to sit, and they were awesome. But there was another port, maybe it was Marseille, where there were 2 different shops we went to, and you could just tell like they really didn't want to help us. So very different. Something else that I didn't mention that something to consider is try to learn a few words. I shared this before, I have a very, my short-term memory is pretty bad. And so to learn a new language just is not going to work for me. So I try to go in trying to learn, but certain ports, like there were a couple times where they didn't speak any English. And so we had to pull up Google Translate. And so that was kind of a struggle for us. We did have some people like within our tour that would try to help us. So just know that you're going to experience some people that don't speak any English at all. So kind of prepare yourself for that as well. That's anti-American culture sometimes, though. I don't know what you're referring to, Amelia. That's anti-American culture sometimes, though. Yeah, I can't let that on vacay. Yeah, it's different. That's an interesting perspective, Amelia. Yeah, can you clarify? I'm trying to understand what you mean by that. I don't know. I may not be able to do MSC. If the parents have no home training, the kids won't either. Absolutely. And we said that the entire cruise, the kids were terrible. They really were. Yeah, they really were. And I told you guys there was at one point and I recorded this, there was a fight happening on the deck. Two guys were fighting over, and this kind of blew my mind because it went on for like 15 to 20 minutes. There were two guys, like literally like this close, face, like nose to nose, arguing over a daybed by the pool. And like they were yelling, screaming, cursing. The girls, the wives or significant others were kind of going at it. And security literally just kind of, and I don't know if this is a cultural thing where they just kind of let them hash it out, but security like surrounded them for 15 to 20 minutes and let them just argue. Eventually they told one guy to move to this side of the pool, the other guy here, but they were like, it was like nonstop. It was ridiculous. But I even saw kids like, MSC, they closed their pool kind of early where like the lifeguards had to keep telling the kids, like, get out of the pool. We would sit in the lounge, like watching, like overlooking the pool, and you would see them telling them to get out, telling the parents, telling them to get out. They get out for a second and hop back in as they're like pulling the netting to close the pool. So it's like things like that. It was just ridiculous. I'm like, really? I wish my kids would. Hi, my cruising family. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. Let me go make sure I'm going through all these comments. C with C. Yeah, Americans get no love over there a lot of times. Yeah, I don't know if God has delivered me that much yet. I know. My sister was delivered for half the cruise, so she did good. But then after, like, guys, and I don't know if I caught it on the vlogs, but she was giving it back, and I was like, oh God. So yeah, I guess as a Black American, it's hard to tease out, but I'll look out. I'll look out. I can see how Americans annoy folks. Yeah. And I'm sure they probably looked at us too the same way. Like, yeah, they're doing things and they're not being respectful. So they probably look at us the same way. Cynthia Williams, love your family and your videos. Cynthia from Chicago. Thank you, Cynthia. Thanks for being here. Have you experienced this on all of your MSC cruises? No. Like I said, there were some. It wasn't rude like this. Like it was in abundance overseas, not here in the US. I would cruise. In fact, I have an MSC cruise coming up soon. So I would cruise MSC out of the US again, no problem. I had no issues. The food was good. Entertainment was good. They do a little bit of language translation in the US, but not a whole lot because they're trying to attract more Americans on board. And it's a lot more diverse here out of the US. So yeah, I did not experience that out of the cruises here. All my life, the hair thing. Yeah, the hair thing. But I genuinely felt the lady was really curious. And I have no problem with someone. Some people immediately go to that's racist or that's, insulting. I always try to, I guess this is the educator coming out, try to understand their perspective, see what their intentions are. And I felt like just the way she kind of asked, she was that, then again, I could be naive. Maybe she was being funny, but I felt like she was really curious to know why my hair was curly or me, my other two sisters, and my oldest sister, her hair is bone straight. So now I will say MSC's lines are hard to read. It took me a while to figure out the line. Started with plates, so I skipped the line a couple times, but yeah, they are. You're absolutely right. Their lines are, because their buffet is like a big rectangle and they have plates, like they have segments of buffet sections, and they have plates at this end and this end. So you don't know whether you grab your plate and walk this way or grab your plate and go this way. So I totally see that. So yeah, they probably need to put some arrows or something there for people to understand. Rachel says, I'm sorry, that is uncalled for, getting my Vaseline. Yeah, they will talk about your weight bad over there. Yeah, yeah. Which is funny because, guys, when I tell you the amount of bread and cake and like for breakfast, like we would watch people with plates with like 4 croissants, 2 pieces of brioche, and then like some salami. And I'm like, that's what they're having for breakfast. Like if I ate that, so I'm surprised that they're not bigger than, but yeah, so people were making some ignorant comments. Can you take a case of soda on MSC? You cannot. So MSC is one of the cruise lines. You cannot take soda on board. Now, when I got back on the ship, they never really checked the bags thoroughly to where like you could put a couple cans in your bag. They never like took anything out. You could do that, but you cannot carry a case of soda on board for embarkation day or water. You can do it if you have a medical, which I found out recently. If you have a medical reason, you can carry on water, or if you have like an infant. But yeah, no. Adrian says, I want all the unhealthy stuff. Yeah. Hi, welcome in, Love to Nurse. Thanks for being here. Derek says, I'm thinking about canceling my MSC cruise because everyone says so much bad things about the company. I say go for it, try it at least once, and then make decide from there. I would not cancel it until you know for yourself that this is what it is. I personally like MSC. I can tell you, my cruising family, they love MSC as well. So they have some MSC vlogs out there. I personally like MSC, the values there. I feel like they have come a long way as far as trying to make things more suitable for Americans, I guess. I say definitely try it. Do not cancel your cruise. Try it for yourself. There's been a lot of people that have tried MSC and were pleasantly surprised. Again, it's different overseas than here. So I would say try it here. And then if you feel like it's something you can do, then maybe try it over there because the value is definitely there. So don't cancel your cruise. I'd be curious to know how you like it. If you guys follow like Melanin at Z, if you look, there are a lot of people that have recently cruised MSC that have posted how much they liked it. And there are some that just said, it wasn't for them. I had another vlogger who I'll just share, MHFamilyAdventures. She booked her MSC cruise through me, and she did not have a great experience on MSC Seaside a few months ago because of some issues, but there were issues all over the ship because they had just come from Europe, and it sounds like they had a whole new set of crew on board. They weren't trained, whatever. So she didn't have a good experience, but there are so many other cruisers, content creators, people that had good experiences. But I can tell you too, just even based on her experience, she's looking to try it again because you might try something once and it didn't work out, but sometimes it just takes time for things to, kind of settle, but definitely give it a try. What was your favorite port this cruise? My favorite port was Palermo. And that was the other thing is you got to visit multiple places. So we were in Palermo, but we also went to Sicily. So Palermo is where we went to Bolaro Market. We did that on our own, which was such a cool experience. Just to go to one of the oldest markets there. They had all kinds of food and things, fresh produce. So that was really cool. And then we left there and we went to Sicily, and there was a beach. That was part of the ship excursion that took us on a tour, and then it took us to the beach there. So that was probably my favorite port. I love them all, but that was probably my favorite. The most scenic one though was when we went Sorrento, just riding up the mountain, looking over, was beautiful. So there were beautiful views everywhere. I loved every port, but I would say Palermo probably was my favorite. Because we were out all day. We did our thing in the morning, and then the MSC excursion in the afternoon. And that was something else. I actually talked about this or mentioned it yesterday at See It with C's live chat, is that MSC does not let you select your excursion time. So that is also something different. So if you're used to selecting, like on Carnival Royal Caribbean, selecting your own time, they will not let you select your time. You don't find out your excursion time until the day before your excursion. And I absolutely hated that because I'm such a planner and I like to make the most of my ports. So if I know my excursion is only 2 hours long, I'm going to find something else to do. And it was hard because like Palermo, we didn't know until the night before that our excursion wasn't until the afternoon. And we had plans to have lunch in Palermo at the Bolaro Market, but it didn't work out because we had to go there first because our excursion was in the afternoon. So they do not let you plan that. You book your excursion and they tell you the day before what's your excursion. And that's also the case here in the US, that you do not get to select your excursion time. They tell you once you get on board. Derek Newman, are you thinking about sailing MSC in the US or out of Europe? Let's see. Amelia says, loved your Venencia content. Yeah, guys, check it out. We have a lot of amazing content creators here on this live stream. Be sure to check it out. See what C does have some amazing content. And again, she did share a new cruise line that she's going to be trying out here this week, I think. Oh, I am live on Facebook? Oh my goodness. Am I really? That is cool. That is cool. So if you're watching me from Facebook, hi, thanks for being here. Maybe I'm checking on the wrong channel. I kind of put Facebook on to see if it was showing anything. But yeah, if you're here on Facebook, I don't even know how to check this stuff, guys. I have to figure this stuff out. I'm really going to start pulling the kids into this. Oh, I am live. How cool is that? Welcome in, guys. Let's see. I have Annette, Charles Bond. Thanks for being here. My sister Cheryl is here. Well, that's pretty cool. Thanks for letting me know that. I'll get this together one day. I hope to eventually go live on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, just so I can reach more people. So, that is a good price. Drinks and Wi-Fi. Absolutely. Drinks and Wi-Fi included. That is a great deal. Yes, it happened to me. I did not know what to expect. Absolutely love MSC Cruises. I go in knowing that they have hiccups, but I don't necessarily see folks on MSC as being rude versus other lines. Yeah. So, you have to go in with a different lens. I loved having folks walk into an elevator and greet us with, how do you say that? Hey, international studies major. I love that stuff. MSC is good for the international flight. Oh, yes. I would definitely say, I personally love being able to see the different cultures and languages and things like that. But that, honestly, I know people that don't. And I know some people that will go over there looking crazy that they speak other languages. Like, where do you think you are? So not everyone has that. And that's okay. Like, I know some people like that. And if you feel like you can't go over there and respect and appreciate how they do things, then it may not be for you. The aesthetics on MSC are stunning. The price point is unmatched. Absolutely. Hi, Julie B. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hi, Denise. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Oh, I lost your comment. Hold on. Yep. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for being here. My cruising family says, agreed, Amelia. The most gorgeous ships at sea. They really do have some nice ships. They really do. And they have a lot to do on their ships. So you're not going to really be bored on MSC regardless of, they have nice pools, plenty of bars. So there's plenty of bars on board. Now, one thing I didn't like about the ship overseas, the ice cream was not free. So they do not have soft serve over there that's included. The soft serve was just as much as the gelato, which was $3.50 for a soft serve cone. Did not happen. Did have gelato twice, I think. But I thought that was ridiculous. Here in the US, if you cruise MSC, the ice cream is included. So that was different. I missed that part of the convo. Rude kids in a fight on MSC. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Rude kids. And there was a fight. They didn't actually start throwing blows or anything, but they were like in each other's faces, cursing, yelling, screaming for 15 to 20 minutes while security watch. And I'll share that in my blog. My MSC cruise had a fight, but it didn't end as peacefully. Ooh. Now, I have yet to see a fight. Not that I want to, but I've yet to see a fight on a cruise. Speaking to my cruising family, I have 2 more MSC cruises lined up. Yeah. Guys, I'm looking at one for Mediterranean for next year. We're booked. And if you want to get booked, guys, those of you that have questions about MSC, our group cruise is a perfect chance to try it out. It's just a 3-day cruise, 2 ports. So you're not even on the ship a whole long time. It's Nassau and their private island, which is gorgeous. It's next July 4th through the 7th. This is your last week to get booked if you want to get booked. And like I said, you'll have me on board to help you if you have questions, to see how things operate on MSC, I say give it a go. But yeah, we're booked on that one. We're booked. I think we have 3 MSC cruises booked. So, I mean, I personally like MSC overall. So, let's see. Was nearby your job today, Leanne Travel. Mitzi, welcome and love your channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. A unique activity that MSC has is the language classes. Trying to remember, I believe it was an Italian class every day on Mirabilia. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, I didn't catch that on Mirabilia, and I didn't see anything. But then again, like I said, we weren't really on the ship a whole lot. So that's pretty cool. CWC, thanks. That's more akin to lines of what I was touching on. Americans aren't embraced overseas often. Got it. Love the cultural aspects of MSC. Yeah, I agree. We were just on Carnival Celebration. We didn't see or hear of any fights, and kids were not unruly. We did smell some weed on the cruise, though. Yeah, guys, like I said, you hear a lot in the media about fights and kids being unruly and this and that. I think a lot of times kids get on these ships, they're excited, they're having fun, they're being kids, and they should. Now, if they're pushing people down, being disrespectful, cursing, doing things inappropriately, that's a whole other thing. But I really see the kids that I see on cruises as kids being kids, having fun, and enjoying their cruise. So I never have a problem with that. And honestly, I feel like that's part of my problem with Virgin Voyages. If you guys did not catch my Virgin Voyages vlog from December, I was on Scarlet Lady and I didn't like it. And I think it was because there weren't kids on board. But I am going to share this. I don't have a date for it yet. I am going to try Virgin Voyages again. Now that I'm no longer in a school system, at least for now, I'm going to go in with a different mindset because I'm not around kids. So I'm going to go with a different mindset to give it another try. So just like MSC, if you try it once, you don't like it, try it again with a different mindset. I am going to try Virgin Voyages again soon with a different mindset. Speaking of Virgin Voyages, guys, be sure to follow all those groupcation vloggers that are currently meeting up right now. I really wish I was with them. So you have, guys, help me out. We have Edna's World, Life with V, Alan Family Adventures, Tripping with Ray and Michelle, The Traveling Heartbeats, and there are others. I know there are others. Life with V, did I say that? There are a lot of others. So be sure to follow them. They have a lot of content I know is going to roll out this weekend. So super excited for that. Derek, supposed to be on MSC June 29th through the 6th, MSC Seascape going to Jamaica. Yeah, definitely stay on that. It's going to be great. I have an MSC Seascape tour on my channel if you want to check that out. But yeah, I say go for it. MSC to Jamaica, you'll be fine, especially if you have a few cruises under your belt. Yes. I've seen where MSC is closing their private island for a while to fix up the island. I did see something like that, but it was going to be a short time where they were going to be working on the island. But it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite private islands. Only been on Carnival and Royal Caribbean. Yeah, I say give it a try, definitely. They're more physically active overseas. They walk, they ride bikes, more sun. They're happier, less cortisol. So they're not as heavy. Yeah, I could see that. We did see a lot of people out and about. Leanne Travel. My cousin just got off MSC Mirabilia, but did not like the food. I will still try because I take everyone's experience and review with a grain of salt. Absolutely. And honestly, guys, I don't cruise for food. I know some people that cruise because they want to try food. I have not found a cruise line except, and I'm not even going to say the cruise line. I'm going to say the ship, except NCL Prima, where the food was like good. And I say that because I don't want to call myself a chef, but I'm a pretty good cook. And so I feel like any food that I have, even if I dine out at home, I feel like the food's just not that good. And that's just me. So I'm probably a little critical on some of my reviews, but I don't cruise for food. So I don't not cruise somewhere because I feel like I hear that the food's not good. I'm going to find something that I like. But NCL Prima, guys, I gained weight on that cruise. And that was a 4-day cruise. And I usually lose weight, speaking of which, I have to share this. I lost weight on this cruise. I lose weight on a lot of my cruises because I do a lot of walking. So I walk pretty much the whole cruise. And I don't usually drink unless I have a drink package. But in NCL Prima, their food was so good. But speaking of weight loss, something that happened on this cruise that I did not share, and I think I did mention it in the vlogs a couple times, we all had a stomach bug. We had hibachi night 4, and I was sick for a week and a half. I'm not going to go into details on what that sickness looked like. Just know it was pretty bad. And it kind of hit me first. And then my sisters had it, but they didn't have it as long as I did. Now I have some autoimmune issues. So sometimes when I get that type of sickness, it might linger a little bit longer, but we were sick. So you're going to see that kind of in the vlogs where I say like, I'm just not feeling right. And I'm not really eating a whole lot or showing a lot of food because everything I ate just went straight through me. And I know that's TMI, but I don't know whether that was maybe we ate something that our bodies aren't used to. Like if you're not used to having like salamis and, you know, some of those more processed deli meats, like I know I did eat a lot of that. I did eat a lot of mozzarella on board because they make fresh mozzarella on MSC. I don't know what it was, but it got all of us. So that's just a caution. I don't know whether we ate something that was bad. We got sick after having hibachi. So we think it might have been the steak that we had. That's kind of what we kind of somewhat narrowed it down to. But yeah, we were pretty sick. So I didn't share that like on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, but you will probably see and hear some of that in the vlogs. But that wasn't fun. So, and again, I don't know whether that's because being over there, eating different things, new things. So kind of, you know, watch that. I know, you know, you go overseas wanting to experience and try new foods. Like I saw squid and things like that. I did share a video of squid. I was going to try it, but I didn't like the way it looked. But I feel like because I like to experiment and try things, I probably could have gone over there and eaten a lot of different things. And I would not recommend that in hindsight because you don't know what could make you sick and you don't want your vacation ruined because you decided to try all these adventurous foods. But I think it was the hibachi. Let's see. They also forgot to deliver. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Let me see here. They also forgot to deliver my excursion voucher to my room, so I had to go to the excursion desk. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you're right. There are some small glitches with us, with MSC. I do feel like they're working on that. And some of the glitches that I had, like my first cruise, I didn't have this cruise. So I do think that they are working through some of the feedback that they get. But yeah, that would drive me crazy because I need to know what time I need to be getting out. Hi, Elif McKinley. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. You guys, I'm going to close this out here in a second. I've been talking. I didn't have Ron here nudging me to tell me to hurry up because it's past the hour. But let me go through these comments. Thinking about going on the Carnival Legend out of Baltimore possibly next year or the following year. Yeah, we want to cruise out of Baltimore. And actually, Sea with Sea was in Baltimore. That was Legend, wasn't it? I think Sea with Sea was on Carnival Legend out of Baltimore this year. So check her vlogs. I think it was Legend. Wasn't Glory, was it? I think it was Legend. So check her vlogs out. Nice ships with unique features. Yes. Yeah, no ice cream. I only get one Kona cruise anyway. I'll be honest, I do probably get a cone, like probably 3 or 4 cones. I like ice cream. I didn't see the altercation, thankfully, but the next day, most of the people that I met were talking about it. Oh, there's my sister. You have questions on Facebook too. Oh, let's see. How do I find these questions? Oh, I do. Hold on. I don't know how to find them. I'm sorry if you're on Facebook. I see all these comments. Oh, I see. Did you love MSC or just like it? I just liked it. I did not love MSC. Yeah, I did not love MSC. I like MSC. I will cruise MSC again. It will take some work for me to love MSC. I love Carnival. Although Carnival's food's not really good, but yeah. So yeah, I did just like it. That's on Facebook. That's a Facebook question. I think that was it. Oh, and she came on here. Thanks, Annette. She came over here to ask, did you love MSC or just like it? Okay. Edna's groupcation is meeting up right about now. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of people live. So I'm going to hurt and get off of here. Ooh, looking forward to you back on Virgin. I heard they are trying to adjust. We shall see. I've heard that too. That's why I want to get back on and try them again. That private island needs more stuff on it. Stunning beach, but it needs more amenities. You know, I kind of have to disagree with that. And I say that because I love beaches that are just natural, like Bimini. I love Bimini. A lot of people don't like Bimini, but I love it because the beaches are so natural. And I think if you guys don't know this, MSC's private island was a dump site at one point, and they've cleaned it up. to kind of preserve the reefs and things around the area. So I feel like the island needs to kind of stay the way it is, very natural, because you have islands like Coco Cay. That's, they have these water slides and they have all this cool stuff, which is beautiful. I love Coco Cay too, but I feel like we need to keep some of the beaches just the way they are. So I don't know what kind of work they're doing there, but we'll see. Leanne Travel, yes, NCL Prima food was really good. Oh my gosh, guys, I would book NCL Prima for the food. I really would. Now NCL Viva is coming out and it's going to be out of Europe. So once that comes over, I do plan on getting on Viva, but I might actually get on NCL Prima again just because of the food. The food and the drinks were good, really good. So, and I've never said that about any cruise. Amelia says I cruised for food. Yeah, a sister said, yep, it was. Every meal was on point. On Prima, they messed up Thousand Island dressing, but who cares about that? Yeah, everything was good. Now, the one thing I didn't like about Prima was the steakhouse. The steakhouse was underwhelming for me, but everything else, that what's the food hall called? Indulge Food Hall. I love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah, stomach bug. We all had a stomach bug. It says take a probiotic if you can, and that will get you right back. Yeah, it was bad. Hold on, let's see. She said it was terrible. Oh yeah, that's my sister. JM is my sister. She just looks like my nephew's picture there. MSC failed a CDC inspection. I'm not surprised you got sick. Just saying. Yeah, that was MSC Seaside, and that's when it came. That's actually when Allen Family Adventures was on board, and they had just come over from Europe, and they were having some staffing issues. So, yeah. I've been thinking about MSC Cruise for 2024. Just nervous about trying a new cruise line. You got to get out there and try it. You have to get out there and try it. Like, there are some cruise lines that I have not tried yet. I have yet to get on Celebrity. I'm going to try that. Guys, I'm going to be on Princess next month. I have to think about it. Guys, I don't have like a work calendar anymore. So I'm like, what day is it? Kids go back to school next week too. So I'm super excited for that. But yeah, so I'm going to be on Princess. Never been on a Princess cruise. Excited for this. Parker's going to go, oh no, so happy you're feeling better. Yeah, guys, it was bad. Guys, again, TMI, but I like to keep it real. It was so bad that I had to pack a change of clothes at one of the excursions just in case, because I was like, Lord, if I'm over here in wherever we were, and I'm like, my sister knows what I'm talking about. I did. I packed a change of clothes and some wipes, and I was like, because if something happens, that's my dog telling me to come on. I just wanted to be prepared. Thankfully, we were good, but it was a week and a half of me being sick. Even when I got home, I was still sick. So I really couldn't eat. So I lost like 7 pounds. You can't really tell though, but I lost 7 pounds. Yep, it was Legend. Yep, see, it was on Legend. Only paid $2,271.34 for a 7-day balcony out of Miami for 3 people with no drink package. Derek, did you use a travel advisor? I think I might have been able to get that. Maybe a little better, probably with the drink package. And it also depends on when you book. So book early to get the best deals. Like we are already starting to book for 2025. We book early to get the best deals. So book early. Yeah, for that price, you probably should have had a drink package and Wi-Fi. But okay, my sister doing that. Yeah, I'm probably giving too much information. I love Beach at Half Moon Cay. Yep, that's one of my favorite. Curtis Polk, hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm feeling a lot better. Yes, MSC is, oh guys, all these comments. It's intentional about Ocean Cay being a marine reserve. Yeah, I think they need to keep it that way. Is Royal Caribbean's food better than Carnival? I'm thinking about taking the kids on a Royal Caribbean cruise next February or March. I do think Royal Caribbean's food is slightly better than Carnival, but I like Carnival's casual options, like Blue Iguana Cantina is my favorite. I like Guy's Burger. It's overrated a little bit, but Royal Caribbean doesn't have like a burger spot. They have tacos. They do have Sorrento's Pizza, which is really good. They have a thing called Fish and Chips, which I don't really care for. So it's kind of, I feel like overall, like the buffet is better than Carnival, but they don't have as many casual dining options as Carnival. And if you're on Carnival's newest ships, like you have Big Shacks or Big Chicken, that is really good. You're not going to find that on Royal Caribbean, but Royal Caribbean has nice ships. So yeah, and we are booked on the NRL sailing of Utopia for next year for July 22nd, I think it is. So we are on that one. So excited for that. And I'm going to share this with you guys because you are part of our 64 here for the live stream. Might be making something work for Icon. We'll see. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to speak it into existence. Let's see. Nice. It'll be revamped for the MSC World America launches. Yes. That's exciting. Looking forward to seeing your princess cruise. Yes. Oh, my sister's laughing at me. See what C says. David Ruffin is too cute. Yeah, he's telling me I'm in here too long. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Absolutely. All right. And Cruiser for Life says, hi, how are you? So yeah, so guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, I will talk about a lot of this during the actual vlogs. Those will start coming out probably in 2 weeks. But there was something else I wanted to just kind of overall ask you guys. 2 questions. First off, I've been considering doing a membership for our channel. We are approaching 10,000 subscribers. Again, I mentioned before that I am doing this now full time between content creation and travel agency, and just looking at ways to engage further with our subscribers and supporters, but also, of course, to bring in more revenue. So what are your thoughts on us doing a membership? I'm probably going to put a poll out there to see, but what I was thinking for a membership is that we would do just one tier. If you guys are not familiar with memberships, it kind of gives those who are members a little extra perks for the channel. And what I was thinking of was doing one tier, and it would include things like loyalty badge, custom emojis. So when you're in live streams and you comment, you have custom emojis. If you are a member, your name would be featured in each of our vlogs. So we would have a segment that would just say thank you to our members, and your name would be highlighted. This is really good for those who have channels to get more exposure. We would also do member-only live chats at least once per month. If you leave a comment or question, we would make it a priority to get back to you first. We're getting to a point now where we have so many followers that it's hard for me to keep up with a lot of the comments or questions. And I used to try to get to everyone's comment, and it's just been so hard lately. But if you're a member, I will be sure to comment back or answer any questions you might have. And then you would be the first to know when we book a cruise. So when we book the cruise, we would let you guys know. That way, if you wanted to join us, you can feel free to join us. And then everyone else would not find out until probably a couple weeks before, or if not, until we get on the ship. So you kind of have priority that way. So just think about it. We're debating. We've been debating. So I'm going to put a poll out there. But also, right now, we're only releasing vlogs every Friday. We're doing shorts and different things. My next question is, should we start doing 2 vlogs per week, or should we keep it at the TGIF premiere on Friday nights? We have enough content to roll out to where we could do 2 vlogs a week, or do you think we should keep it at 1? So you don't have to answer that now. I'm going to put polls out there, but just something to think about. We really want to see our channel continue to grow. I think we're starting to get more views on our vlogs. So we're just really working to amp up our channel. Again, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, please consider subscribing. We are so close to 10K. So yeah, please help us get there. But I think once we hit 10K, we're really going to take off. So that is our hope. So we're working so hard to build up our channel, build up our travel agency. We have some exciting things coming. So we're super excited for that. And we are so appreciative for you guys for all being here, for supporting our channel, our vision, everything. So really appreciate that. But just questions to ponder. But our next cruise, our next family cruise. Now I might have 2 things happening before this, but Carnival Magic for Thanksgiving is our next family cruise with all 5 of us, with the kids going back to school, me not going back to school. I'll have some time on my hands. My husband will probably say you don't have money on your hands, but I always work it out. There may be some things in between there, but the next family cruise is Carnival Magic for Thanksgiving. It is an 8-day cruise. We will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary on board in Curacao. So super excited for that. So that's coming up soon. Our next vlog release will be this Friday at 7:30 for our TGIF Friday. It will be our trip in Grand Cayman on Carnival Sunrise. We did visit the turtle farm there with snorkeling with sea turtles. It was amazing. So stay tuned for that. And just be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have some shorts and different things coming out. But I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. We got up to like 70 viewers, which is, I think, a record for us, maybe. But thank you so much for that. And I'm going back to the comments to wrap up. Let's see. Charlene says, I plan to go to Alaska for my 60th birthday in 2025 on Carnival. When do you think the prices will come out? So cruise prices are usually released 2 years in advance. So I would say probably in the next month or two, Alaska for 2025 will be out. I do know that Princess Cruises just released their Alaska schedule because I just booked someone on it for 2025. NCL might have released theirs as well. So they're slowly coming out. Usually 2 years in advance is when an itinerary comes out. So I would say maybe by the end of this month, I can keep an eye on that for you. But yes, Carnival should be releasing theirs for Alaska. But yeah, we're trying to get back to Alaska as well. Julie B says, I would join your membership. Thank you so much. Amelia says, go for it. We appreciate you. You're growing. Keep up with your demand. Thank you so much. Parker's going to go suggest to the membership. They have an amazing membership program as well. No second, because I'll know first. My sister's saying, you guys will know second about my cruises because she'll know first. Yes, membership. So yeah, we'll see. Release vlogs that are comfortable for you. Okay, I appreciate that. Do you want me to transfer it to you for a better deal? Let me know. June 24, 2024. It depends. If it was booked within the last 60 days for MSC, it has to be booked within the last 60 days and not paid in full. Then it can be transferred, and I can definitely look for a better deal for you. If not, I would call them to see if they have a better deal right now. Let me just write that down though. June 2024. Seascape, and you had 3 guests. It was like $2,200, I think. I'll just look at that. I don't understand membership. So yeah, the memberships are, a lot of YouTubers have memberships, and what it does is it gives those who are subscribers that are members. So you pay a monthly fee, just like you would like for a channel subscription someplace, and you get different perks. So the perks would be, and you know, this is really for like those that have channels. Like if you want to get more eyes on your channel, like I would share out your channel in our vlog. You would get first access to some of our vlogs, members only live stream. So like how we're talking here, I might do like a Zoom call where we can just kind of talk face to face, you know, about cruising, what have you. So you get those types of perks, and it's $4.99 a month. That's what we're thinking about, but we're not sure yet. So I don't even know if we're going to do a membership. I just wanted to pose that question. So we've been thinking about it. May God bless your children's school year. Thank you so much. Love the magic. She's an oldie but goodie. That's what I say. Yeah, we have not been on magic, so I'm excited for this one. I can smell that ham. Yes, Curtis, that is hilarious. My Aunt Plum, when we were, if you guys didn't catch our Jamaica vlog, be sure to check that out. We were smelling different herbs and things, and the lady was like, this, whatever leaf she gave us, she said it smells of like 8 different spices, and it was made with different spices. So my aunt was smelling it, and she was like nutmeg and cinnamon. She's like, oh, I smell the ham. So yes. So thank you for that, Chris. Yeah, that was hilarious. I love the magic. Keisha, thanks for being here. Good evening, everyone. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm over my time, but I appreciate you guys being here again. The MSC Grandiosa vlogs will probably start in about 2 weeks, so be sure to stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'll have some shorts and different things going on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to follow us on all those channels. If you are looking to book a cruise, reach out to me. My information is there. If you are looking to book MSC, we do have our 3-day group cruise. This is the last week to get booked because I'm closing the group out to start planning. We have, I think, like 65 people currently booked. So if you want to join us, feel free to reach out to me. Prices are reasonable. They have drinks and Wi-Fi included. So reach out to me if you want to do that. And if you're looking to book a cruise, feel free to reach out to me. But I'm going to go ahead and get back to my family. But thanks for being here. I really do appreciate all the support. And those of you on Facebook, thanks for watching. This is my first time on Facebook, so I'll engage more next time now that I know that it works. So I will see you guys later. Have a great week. And if you're going back to school, have kids going back to school, have a great school year, and enjoy the time with the kids away. So I know I plan on it. All right, guys, I will see you later. Thanks for being here. Take care.